Hey, who's that over there? Come on over. Are you Bill and Dave readers?
Oh my goodness, there's someone who needs a lesson.
I was just saying, it's getting to be Wednesday. Bad Advice Wednesday.
Hey, it's Bad Advice from Bill and Dave.
Coming to you. Today we wanted to talk about reading a little bit. I was just saying, in fact, I've said it 3 or 4 times at this point.
The dog keeps walking by.
I was just saying that, as Saul Bellow once said to me, readers are writers driven to emulation. And a lot of, one thing that got me into being a writer was reading great books that I loved and getting excited about it. I guess I got excited. And then you were going to say something about Faulkner.
Well, I do have students that don't read. They're like, they come in and say, well, I had one who said, he really loved the book. I forget what the book was. Oh, I know what it was. It was On the Road, Jack Kerouac. And he said, I love that book. You know, that's the first book I ever read. I was like, what? And he said, how'd you get through high school without reading a book?
You just called him Kerouac.
What do you call him?
Kerouac.
Kerouac. So we're going to start talking and you just let it roll, alright? You stand this way like that. Keep a 2-shot.
Bill? Alright, since he's not going to say anything.
He's too shy!
I remember in college reading Faulkner. I was in a Faulkner seminar and I'd go back to my studio. So, this is my dog, Saul Bellow. I channeled Faulkner, you know, those big sentences and the big vocabulary that we all looked up, stentorian and stertorous and miscegenation. But after a while, I think that was good to try him on like that. I felt like you try him on, and after a while you own some small part of that. And after many years, I think it took probably 20 years to get so comfortable I can read anything now and not have it infect my style.
That's what I remember going to see Enter the Dragon and coming out kicking. I mean, any art form you encounter, you imitate right away. You become it, like you know, kind of in a chameleon sense. And particularly as a young writer, that's a good thing to do, to try on a bunch of them. That's how you start figuring out what you sound like. That to me is one of the exciting sparks for writing is reading. So it surprises me sometimes that my students don't read quite as much as you might hope they would. In fact, on the first day of class, sometimes I'll do make your reading family tree. Where are your influences? What are the voices that make up your voice? And I'm surprised sometimes, not always, that they haven't thought about that. Where your writing voice comes from is other voices.
So, wait a minute. Saul Bellow said some smart things about reading and writing.
Oh, funny you should mention that. Here's one thing he said.
Why do you keep repeating the same thing? Every time we do a take, you say, oh, that's right, we're trying to get it done. Well, go ahead. Okay.
And the more practical thing that I think about is genre, the shapes you put things in. If you don't read in a variety of genres, you can't figure out how to be, I mean...
You start to think there's only one shape that you can make use of, that's right.
And if you're not familiar with shapes, I mean, I always compare it to water or spew coming out of here. I'll spew outward. Well, this is my artistic creation spewing outward, right? but it needs shapes to go in. One shape, one genre might be a coffee cup, one might be an urn, one might be, I don't know, a wine glass, but it's the shape of the thing you put it in, whether it's a short story, an essay, an epic poem, that gives the fluid its shape. So if you're not familiar with those shapes, there's this great book by Paul Fussell, Fussell? Fussell.
I have no idea.
It's called
Fussell.
It's called Samuel Johnson and the Art of Writing, and it's all about Johnson's great ability. I just called him Johnson. Johnson's great ability to know genre, and therefore, like, I mean, ironically, you can be most original when you know almost all the forms, because you can mix the forms.
Right.
You can write a mock nature essay. You can write a. I'm talking too much here.
You want to be original. I mean, that makes sense to me. You want to be original, but you want to know the conventions so you can be original with what you're saying inside the form.
Right, because
it frees you to be original.
My old professor Walter Jackson Bate would quote Johnson and say, people who think they're original when they're just spewing their spew that's just off the top of their head without knowing genre and form, they soon run out of their little matter. You know, because they haven't read and they haven't thought through those things.
Visiting me, this is my studio, and it's our first non-virtual cocktail hour for a long time, and we're having a good time. Went down to the stream today.
Yeah, swam in the stream.
Sat in a log and talked.
Sat in the log and talked.
Played with the dogs.
Played with the dog.
My daughter was there. My wife was there.
We were talking earlier in the Rohrback home about the Beatles and about Harry Nilsson, a wonderful American singer, often called the fifth Beatle. Now, of course, when we think of the Beatles in that short period when they exploded creatively into the sea, we think of them, we think, much like American romanticism and the other periods that we had
Well, Dave, it's been a great visit. It was great to have cocktails again in person.
It's good that the guys over there documenting it.
I know. Our cameraman has been very dedicated.
I want to send a thank you out to Chip, our cameraman.
Yeah.
Chip Arm.
All right. Great to see you.
Good to see you. And you can document my driving off into the sunset. I think I got everything.
Are you on your way? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Dave, and thanks for listening, everybody. See you next time.
You need to download my camera because I still have all of my pictures.